If you're watching this, you're watching the replay. Wait until people get in here. Do you care? Do you want to know? Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. La 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 la. Guess you guys really don't care. You just need the drama, right? The drama is all you want. Save that drama for your mama. I'm wondering where all the supporters for Ian are really at. You got MCCs here and TNTs here. Oh, of course, Pam Cam. So I'm just curious. Do you guys really care? No? Maybe, maybe not. But bound over to circuit court just as I predicted, and he is going to have a hard time beating this because witnessing his attorney. Okay. There's no trial. It was a preliminary exam, and welcome to this world media is now awaiting his circuit court arraignment because his charges were bound over. If you are unfamiliar with how criminal charges work, you first go here in Michigan. It's different in different states, but you go to the district court level, which is the lowest court level where you're first charged, and the first court hears the case, and then they can either dismiss it or they can bump it up to the next level. And so he has been bumped up to the next level. He is now going to await arraignment. He is awaiting arraignment for his charge, and it's not going to go very well for him. I personally would suggest that he takes a fucking plea deal, especially has. Oh my God, I could have done better for him. But that's neither here nor there. Unfortunately, he won't listen to me. He's not going to listen to nobody. He's got a big ego. He thinks that he's protected by the First Amendment and he can do whatever he wants. And I'm willing to take bets that he's going to be convicted either through a guilty plea or through a jury trial. That's my prediction, just like I predicted that his charges would be bound over. Despite whether you guys think that what he did is right or it's wrong, it's not a matter of public opinion online in the chat comments. It's not what you guys think. It's what a jury will think. It's what a jury will see when they share the video. They played 4 videos. The one from across the street, they played Pam Cam video, they played Ian's video. And they had 3 videos, I believe. I could be wrong. But the video that is from across the street, as well as their own videos, That's all that a jury's going to need to see to convict him for doing what he did. There's self-defense isn't going. I'll be shocked. I'll seriously be shocked if any jury finds that to be self-defense. And if you don't understand how that's possible, well, most people running around this world who mind their own business don't like what you guys are doing, even though it's your First Amendment right and you think that you're out educating people. People don't need you to educate them, and they don't want you to educate them. You are annoying to the majority of public, and this is exactly why I would say 98% or more of YouTube content creators who are arrested for recording cops or whatever, whether it's window shopping, they don't have any ability to. They all tell you, oh, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to file a civil suit, and they never do. It's because, first of all, you're not going to find an attorney to take your case. The only time you're going to be able to sue is if you do it on your own. And if it ever gets to a jury, whether you're with an attorney or you're not with an attorney, a jury is not going to side with you. This is something that you guys are either going to have to learn the hard way, or you're going to have to figure out I don't know what. You clearly don't want to listen to me. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy observing what I'm observing. I've been in enough situations where I know how the legal system works, and this isn't going to go well for you, Ian. Sorry to tell you. I'm not an enemy of yours. I'm here to speak the truth, whether you guys like it or you don't. I'm here to share what I see, and what I witnessed today in that courtroom. His lawyer isn't worth $1,000, let alone $7,500. Ironically, I'm here waiting for this hearing, and I see my lawyer pull up. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, oh my God, what are you doing here? And so we go out, we greet each other, and she's like, it's so great to see you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, anyways, she's here to take, the reins of a defendant that she's representing. And sitting in that courtroom, when I see her come in there, she gets respect in this courtroom. I hate to tell you, $7,500 for your attorney, Ian, you should probably try and get a refund, because that dude is going to put you behind bars. That dude is going to put you behind bars. What did you say on recording again? I thought I understood, but maybe not. I don't understand what you're saying on the recording. Maybe I didn't understand what you're saying. I don't know. Couldn't tell you what you're saying. So the fact that, well, Ian didn't want to take the stand on his own behalf, which probably would not have done him any good anyways, because they were going to bind over a ham sandwich. And the fact that his charge was bound over is exactly what I knew was going to happen. And if anybody's willing to take any bets, cash money, you got a wallet right here, got a little bit of money in it, not a lot right now, but you guys want to take cash bets? Cash bets? Cash bets. Brandon fucking Mitchell, what's up, buddy? Ian is fucked. Ian is fucked, dude. My lawyer is worth every penny that I pay her. This guy that Ian hired, he claims that he represents First Amendment auditors all the time. Woo! I wouldn't pay that guy fucking nothing. I wouldn't pay him nothing. Did you say a jury won't back a person recording police? That's absolutely what I said, and I stand by that. I absolutely stand by that. Maybe in some instances, but this isn't a case of him recording the police. This is a case where his wife, and another YouTuber were recording fellow Americans outside their business, doing what they call window shopping. And whether you believe that they have the right to do that or they don't or what, it's not relevant. What's relevant is that the man was charged with pepper spraying another guy under the pretense of self-defense. And just like the judge said, he said This is a case for the jury to decide. This isn't for him to, even if he wanted to, his lawyer didn't present any type of argument that would give the judge any leeway in dismissing it. Well, it's gonna, yes, actually it is. It's gonna happen, you know. My lawyer wasn't worth the $7,000 it cost me either. He didn't give a good goddamn about the outcome as long as he got paid. Well, that's what happens with most attorneys out here. You have to have a very, very good attorney. I probably have the best attorney in Southeast Michigan, at least in Southeast Michigan, if not opinion. Others would say, no, my lawyer's the best. Okay, whatever. It's all good. But witnessing what I just witnessed in that courtroom with his $7,500 attorney, you're you ask for a refund and go find another attorney. That's funny. And so I feel bad for everybody involved. I feel bad that people like Ian and YouTubers feel the need, you know, whether if it's organic or if it's not. I feel bad for them that they feel the need that this is how they need to make a living. They can't, you know, they can't produce content, you know, or I don't know what. Find a job, because this isn't gonna turn out too well, man. Whatever. I'm not here to be the jury or whatnot, but I'm pretty certain that a jury is going to screw you, dude. And if it ain't the jury, it's going to be your lawyer screwing you. Your lawyer is pathetic. I was sitting there like, holy fuck, this guy's like terrible. He looks like he's been around the block a million times. He's an old guy, but shit. Even my court appointed attorney that I had 6 years ago, Solomon Idumusaro, as sad and pathetic of a defense attorney as he was better than this guy. This guy was, Your Honor. I was like, holy, how embarrassing is this? But whatever. You know, that's the problem with this system, the justice system in the world today, is that it's chock full of bullshit, and it's not going to get any better. I got MCC over here. He doesn't seem like he wants to, you know, communicate with me. And then welcome to this world media and Pam, they won't look at me. And True North Transparency. I shook the guy's hand. I got no animosity, but you know, you come into my chat and you run your yap and you say stupid shit, and you know, where's Mayor McCheese at? Who's Mayor McCheese? Where you at? I didn't see any of you supporters here in this parking lot today. I didn't fail to show up. I'm here. So I came here just like I said I would. And a lot of you said, I'll be there with my pepper spray. Let's see how tough you are. Where you at? I'll see you. So I knew that would happen, but that's all good. So no, I hate to see Ian get hemmed up and go to jail and be convicted. I hate to see MCC get hemmed up and go to jail and have a conviction on his record for anything. But this is what these guys are doing to themselves, man. They don't understand it. And they're gonna, there goes True North Transparency. He gave his boy a ride to court today. And it is what it is, man. You know, you're gonna fuck around and find out. That's the motto of the day. You know, you think that this guy is going to be an example to the rest of you YouTubers out here who, when this guy's sitting in fucking jail or possibly prison, you guys are going to say, should I pepper spray somebody in self-defense? Especially like Liberty Troll. I cannot believe that dude was not prosecuted for what he did. It doesn't matter whether it's a reasonable expectation that you guys are failing to understand. It wasn't reasonable for Ian to pepper spray the Zimmerman meat market guy. It's not reasonable for the Liberty Troll to pepper spray that old lady. It wasn't reasonable for Amagansett Press, Jason Gutterman, to pepper spray that old guy outside of CVS. That's not reasonable. It's the way that you guys are going about it. You think that this is the new cool fandangle way to become YouTube fucking famous. And I, talking to my attorney for 3 minutes because she had to get into the hearing, she said, "What are you doing here?" And like what? What are you doing here? And I said, "I'm here to record an incident that a YouTuber," and she represented a YouTuber, and that's all right. And she got him off from it for his freedom of speech. But I told her what I was doing, and she goes, I love what you're doing. And I told her, I said, these guys don't realize that what they're doing out here, and they're getting arrested, it's chipping away at free speech. That's what it's doing, and they don't realize that they're actually destroying free speech under the pretense or the belief that they're protecting it, and they're not. This is what they don't understand. So if you're not capable of understanding this, then is there a hidden agenda? So even my lawyer, she said, "You're right. That's what they're doing." My lawyer agreed with me when I said that these guys are not defending the First Amendment. They're actually destroying it. My lawyer agreed with me. She's not going to agree with you. It's not because she's some whatever. She understands, she sees, she knows the law, she knows what's happening, she witnesses a lot of this shit. And when you guys are running around the fucking country doing this shit, pepper spraying people, it's going to cause a change in the law, not for your benefit. What's up, Alo? And just like these idiots, the bailiff's waving at me, just like these idiots that are out here doing what they're doing, messing with the government, with the cops and recording them, yeah, it's their right to do it. But where has it gotten better? It hasn't. They are passing laws to stop you from exercising your First Amendment free speech of recording cops. Ask Cammed Up Caveman. He'll tell you. That's a guy that I can respect. Ask, Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audit. He's probably one of the only guys that's actually getting things done in a positive way, because he's not doing what most YouTubers are doing. He's approaching it from a different aspect, and he's got lawyers on his side that are actually fighting for him. I was following the case. Oh, there you go, the Kendo Caveman. But with Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audit, what he is doing is that in New York, you're not allowed to record in the lobbies of the precincts, and he's changing that. He's actually getting the Court of Appeals. He's already got an injunction for himself through the Second Circuit Court, and then the New York police, whoever, the lawyers for the police department, the government, are taking it to the appeals court to have it thrown out. Well, it's not going to have it thrown. It's not going to be thrown out. So Sean Paul Reyes, I'm going to give him all the credit in the world, because he's getting laws, or not laws, but policy overturned to give people the right to record places. The opposite is happening for most of you guys, is that you're doing what you're doing, and you're getting laws created to stop you from doing it. And now you're going to have to find an attorney to fight it and pay astronomical attorney fees to get them to take this to the higher courts and to get it overturned, or to get legislator to overturn it. But you guys don't get what's going on here. I need $1, I need 50 cents, I need a AdSense, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're not doing it for the right reasons, then clearly you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Well, we spoke about that, Brandon. I don't disagree that he's going to play with the feds and he's going to get his ass handed to him, but that's a different story for a different day. But on the state level or the county or the city level, he's actually had some wins, you know. And this is why I fight the way that I fight, because I'm not going to allow anybody, even if it's another YouTuber fucking with me, having me prosecuted. I'm going to fight until my last breath. So most of you guys, you get caught up in this shit and you don't have the money to bond out, let alone to hire a fucking respectable, qualified attorney. Ian just agreed to pay this lawyer $7,500. What? For real? He's not worth $750. He's not. He'd have been better off defending himself. He wasn't prepared when he wanted to claim that this is self-defense and blah, 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 whatever. The judge said, state your case. Cite some case law. And he didn't have any prepared. My lawyer, she just spouted off case law after case law after case law that says my lawyer would have been, but my lawyer is my lawyer. You guys need to go find your own. I'll tell my lawyer, don't take their cases. And she won't. She'll listen to me. Because she knows what I'm going through with fucking YouTubers. And you YouTubers out here, you are part of the fucking the most of the problem. But whatever, man. What's up, Zenial? Good to see you. So what's the order of events leading to pepper spray? I'm unaware of the case. What do you mean? Go watch the video. Go to Welcome to This World Media and go and watch the video. It's from Marine City, where he says, I had to defend myself. Well, the judge even said, I've seen what I've seen here, and it's not for me to decide. This is for a jury to decide. Because he didn't do whatever the fuck he did to deserve to get pepper sprayed. He did not attack the guy. He wasn't. What Ian did was completely and you can't just say, it's a stand your ground state and I'm going to claim self-defense. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. You can say whatever you want to say. You think you know what you're talking about. You think you know what you're doing. Well, okay, go for it. Just do it. And I'm going to be there to document it. I'm going to be there to watch it. And I'm going to be there to share this event from wherever we're at now and see how many of you agree or disagree. Well, it doesn't matter what you do. It's up to a jury. What's up? What's up, Randog? But, like I said, I'm the bad guy here. I'm the most hated guy on the internet. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's from the First Amendment guys, the fucking prison genre, the truthers, it doesn't matter. I'm okay with being the most hated guy. I stand on the truth. The truth is not going to stop me. Oh, well, I want to spit the truth out so I can be pals and buddies with these people over here or those people over there. I'm comfortable being all on my own. I'm comfortable being the odd man out. And maybe some of you should probably not be so odd man out. Absolutely defend yourself, at least until the appeal. No, I go all the way to the appeal. I go to the appellate courts. I go until they say, you've exhausted all your remedies. And if you're not willing to put out the cash to do it, then you shouldn't be playing the game. If you don't have the financial means to weather the storm that you're going to bring upon yourself, then you shouldn't be in this realm. Shall I go out and start doing this shit? I can afford to hire attorneys. I can get my attorney to represent me without giving her anything because she knows I'll pay her if I had to. Me and my lawyer have a good relationship. Me and my civil attorney have a decent relationship. If you don't have a lawyer on standby and you don't have a little chunk of change for bail money, then you shouldn't be out here doing what you're doing. Can everybody at least agree upon that? Why should it be upon you viewers to fund their bonds or their lawyers' fees? Why should it be on you guys? Oh, wait, it's the entertainment value. You should have to pay something, right? Not one of you in my subscriber base paid me anything, paid one dime of my $16,000 for my case 6 years ago, coming up between 6 and 7 years ago. Not one time did I ever come onto my shit and say, hey, I need bail money. I paid $500 the first time I was arrested in 2019. And then they jacked my bond up, and then I had to come up with $7,500. There goes MCC. I had to pay $7,500 the second time because they jacked my bond up because they knew that I'm a fighter. They know that they didn't have a case, and they knew that if I got locked up, that it would be the pressure factor. This is what they do. They lock you up in a cage, and they go, well, keep them in a cage long enough and keep postponing those hearings, they'll plead out because they want to get out of jail. I spent 4 years in fucking prison. I can go to jail and sleep for a week at a time. No big deal to me. So the threat of putting me in jail means nothing to me. So again, I paid out $16,000 for my lawyer and an appeal attorney, and I beat it. I did shit in court that nobody has done in court. I had my no contest plea withdrawn, and then I had my case dismissed after that fact because my court-appointed attorney fucked me. And I proved that my court-appointed attorney fucked me. My amazing attorney did what she needed to do and kicked the cop's ass in fucking court and made him commit perjury on the fucking stand. That's what a real attorney does, not somebody who pretends to be a First Amendment auditor representation factory. So, but whatever. It doesn't matter what you guys do. That's all on you. But what you're doing is you're destroying the First Amendment. You don't see it. You don't understand it. Your mind doesn't work. I play life like a game of chess. I move forward, many steps forward, many plays, many moves. Then you guys are just like, what's my next move tomorrow? So I can get a $300 video out there. You know how I get $300 is I go to work for the day. It's that easy. But nonetheless, I'm not gonna be out here ranting and raving for forever. I just wanted to let you all know that Ian Pfister has been bound over. Ian Pfister has been bound over to circuit trial, and his next court date will be an arraignment. And he'll probably keep the same bond. They won't much change it unless he goes out and does some stupid shit. And you people that are supporting Ian, if you're contacting the meat market, and I know that some of you are still doing that, if you're doing that, you're not going to be helping Ian. You're not going to be helping Ian out. And if you want Ian to get fucked, then that'd be a great way to do it. Keep harassing the fucking people at the meat market. I talked to him. I sat down next to him in the fucking gallery and talked to him. He's not even happy that I'm fucking recording it. He wasn't happy that I was recording. He's like, oh, why you guys gotta keep fucking ruining my shit, ruining my business? And I'm like, hey, I'm not on the side of ruining anything. I said, I'm here to share the story, to tell the truth, so people that are out here doing this will see what Ian's going through, and then they'll think twice, and maybe they won't harass the next business owner. I said, I'm trying to stop other business owners from being harassed by people like Ian all over the country. That's my point. But I understand where he's coming from. I don't blame him for being upset. But I'll tell you right now, you're fucked, Ian. You're fucked, dude. You may disagree with me all you want. Doesn't matter. You're fucked, bro. I'm telling you right now, and I'm willing to take bets. Anybody out here in YouTube community willing to take bets with me that Ian is going to be convicted, whether it's through a guilty plea or through a jury trial, a jury verdict. That lawyer, he's not going to file any motions to dismiss. He's not going to do any of that. I don't think he's qualified. I don't think he has the ability to do it from what I witnessed. My lawyer would make that guy beg. Oh, I don't. My lawyer is the pit bull of pit bulls. She's the top dog. And I will put my lawyer on a pedestal and carry her around town all by myself. She said, well, I'm glad that you're out here doing this, she says, because they are definitely hurting the First Amendment. They are. But you don't see it because you don't care. You got dollar signs in your eyes. Them dollar signs ain't doing you no good because everything that you've ever made is going to go right out the window. And when you're found guilty, I bet you that Zimmerman meat market guy sues you. And you will lose at a civil trial. And he'll take anything that you own. You won't get any AdSense revenue. You won't get any PayPal. You won't get any of that. And then if you try to hide it by going through Pam, the courts won't allow that. This is going to be a valuable lesson for you YouTubers out there who think that you can continue to go around pepper spraying people. It doesn't matter whether you are right. And I give an exception to the rule. If somebody pulls a knife out on you like they did to the MCC, I can understand that now that would be construed as self-defense. That's reasonable because somebody's coming at you with a knife. That is what is called reasonable. Somebody walking to go and talk to the cops with their arms to their sides and their hands are wide open. They're not balled up. He's not being aggressive. He's not even paying attention to you. And he's trying to walk to go see the cops and you pepper spray him. That is not reasonable, bro. I'm telling you, dude, it's not fucking reasonable. Any lawyer, this lawyer, instead of charging you $7,500, you'd say, look, man, I'd love to defend you, but this is an indefensible case. And I would suggest that you let me work out the best plea bargain that I can get for you. And hopefully you don't get any jail time. And then after the conviction, you can appeal it. And hopefully the Court of Appeals will agree and say that it was self-defense and overturn it. And then it's not on your record no more. That's what I would have said if I was his attorney. But he's going to learn. Fuck around and find out, Ian. You guys get mad at me. The fact that you say that me recording you outside of the courthouse makes me a moron, makes me a scumbag, makes me a clown. What does that make you guys while you're out doing it? I was doing less than what you were doing. I'm just recording you outside of a public fucking courthouse. Outside of a public courthouse, I'm recording the First Amendment auditors, and they got butt fucking hurt. It's because deep down inside, they know what they're doing is wrong. You can call me a scumbag all you want. I don't give a fuck. You can call me a moron all you want. I don't give a fuck. It was a point that I was making, and I proved the point that I was making is that you're hypocrites. You want to be able to run around and record people, and it's not supposed to be no big deal, but as soon as somebody fucking does it back to you, you get upset. So now imagine that I come to your business, and I'm recording outside your business, harassing you. Imagine how upset you would be. If you're upset with me recording you outside of a public courthouse, imagine if you owned a business, how you would react to that. Yeah, absolutely, Xenial. Hypocrites. But that's all right. They're going to find out the hard way. I even wore a nice collared shirt. And after the judge bound it over, he was watching me. The judge was looking over at me. And then when he said, cite the case, because the shitty attorney wanted to bring up the victim's criminal history, and the prosecutor objected, which is what he should have done. And he said, I'm going to sustain it unless, pretty much he said, unless you got case law that says that you can use the victim's criminal record as part of the self-defense, then I'm going to sustain the objection, and it's not allowed. So he didn't have anything to say. And what about Ian's criminal record? Ian's got a criminal record. I shared it on my channel. He's got some pretty fucked up charges, going to the mall and stealing, doing what you're doing, you contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I don't know the facts. I could go to Troy Police Department. I could go to the cities that you were busted in Madison Heights, and I get the reports, and I can see exactly. That's not how you get a case thrown out. You know what you're talking about, Zara. You don't know the law. You're just a YouTube fucking wannabe lawyer. That's not how you get a case thrown out. That's not how it works. Maybe I'm misreading what your comment is, but I don't think you know what you're talking about, kid. He posted you filming him was harassing. I'm not harassing him. I'm doing exactly what he does to fucking everybody all over the fucking place. How am I harassing him? I'm not doing it outside of his house. I'm not doing it outside of a job that he has. I'm doing it from what more public place is there than this place right here? What more of a public place is there than this 72nd District Court in St. Clair County? How much more of a public venue, public property could there be than a courthouse? I wasn't in front of his home on an easement. I wasn't in front of his property. I didn't go to a grocery store. I didn't follow him around town. I just simply came to the courthouse to ask him questions, and he didn't like it. And I was a moron and scumbag and you name it, whatever. What are you saying, Zara? Never sign a contract with a lawyer. Well, then you won't get a lawyer to represent you because you're going to have to sign a contract. You need a contract to protect yourself, not for the lawyer to protect himself from you, because lawyers can be shysters. And what you saying here? I'm going to get out of here in a minute. You can't. That's illegal. That's how you get a case thrown out. I don't know what you're saying. It's okay. Go on. I said without a lawyer. Yeah, you can go. You can. What? You can represent yourself. You don't need a lawyer. Well, everybody here at this fucking courthouse has been fucking cool as fuck to me. I got no beef with it. The dude at the door, the bailiff at the door, the bailiff inside, the girls behind the counter, they've all been cool as hell. What do you mean, give me a break? I've represented myself. Well, you think a man is not capable of representing himself in a court of law? You'll lose going pro se? No, you won't. I've won plenty. You might lose going pro se, but not everybody will. I know plenty of people that have won pro se. You don't know what you're talking about. But that's okay. Go on. Yeah. So, whatever. And I've lost pro se. It depends. They don't like pro se fucking litigants. They don't like pro se defendants. But doesn't mean that you can't win. Oh, I'm salty. I'm salty. No, it seems like you're salty, Sarah. If you don't like me being salty, put some pepper on it. I know when I tell the truth, you're raging, you're upset, you're angry, you're emotional, unable to control your emotions, you're salty. You fucking people online are a bunch of clowns, man. You really are. You like to fucking toss out fucking labels to make yourself feel better in your inadequacy. I just put you out the truth out there that, yeah, you can fucking represent yourself pro se. It's how you get your case thrown out. What? Yeah, yikes! Yikes! That's what I say about you, Zara. If you don't like it, you can always leave. You don't have to be here. Nobody's forcing you to be here with a gun to your head. Okay, here's Zara. Zara's every live stream, there's going to be one person who starts running their dick hole, and today it's going to be Zara. Right? Right. It's Zara. Zara, is it you today? Are you the one who's going to dominate the chats and tell me I'm uncontrollably emotionally distressed and I'm rage baiting and what else you got to say? You guys are fucking clowns, man. Some of you are fucking clowns that are on this internet. Why don't you just go and flip the burgers in the fucking It's a fry cook station. You're tapping in from the Metropolitan Detention Center. So what are you in jail for, Deshaun L'Aquarius? What Metropolitan Detention Center are you? Well, I guess you probably can't say, because then they might know that you got a cell phone in the fucking in to charge you with attempted escape. It's all right. It's cool. You don't gotta tell me nothing. I was in prison. My fucking bunkie had a cell phone, and I put some money on it, and I used it, and I'm like, oh man, I'm about to fucking get out. I got a parole under the door. I get, he gets caught with that phone, and they track that number down, and they find out that I used it. They'll charge me, and I'll lose my parole. And I said, no, I don't want to. Fuck that phone. I don't give a fuck. I'll go use the government phone. Now, if I was in for life, it'd be a different story. But when I got an out date, I don't want to use that fucking cell phone, because they'll charge you with attempt escape. That's what they'll do. The government's always got the upper hand on you. Matter of fact, I watched a video yesterday that was on Joe Guerrera's fucking after prison show of a dude, I guess guards and COs in the joint wear body cameras in certain ones now, and this CO was giving a dude with 30 years a hard way to go, telling him to cuff up, and she went to pepper spray him, and he whooped her ass, man. He was boot stomping her. Yeah, and I don't think they should put women in positions like that when they're in male prisons, because you got most of the guys are not most of the guys, but a lot of guys they call gunners. If you don't know what a gunner is, do you know what a gunner is? If you've been to prison and if you never heard the term gunner, then this is probably one of the reasons why women shouldn't be in fucking prisons, because I've heard of so many women guards having sexual relationships with dudes, and one joint I was at, one dude stabbed the other guy because he was banging the guard and she was banging two fucking dudes. Yeah, they boof a charger too. Well, how else do you think they charge it? Yeah, they put it in their suitcase to get it into the property, or a guard brings it in, because that's not mostly, but sometimes it's guards bringing in the drugs and the cell phones. But I guess if you're direct D, you were putting your cell phone in your suitcase. Okay, I don't know. I told a story way back when of a guy that I know that went to the joint, and I didn't know it was him, and he ended up. Well, I ended up hearing a rumor, an urban legend in the prison system in Michigan, of a guy who had a shampoo bottle stuck up his butt. And I'm not talking about a little bitty mini travel size or like an indigent care package, little bottle. It was a full-size bottle of Suave, the ones that you get at the store for, $1.50 or whatever it is now. And he had it stuck up his ass. And long story short, come to find out that I knew the dude from the streets, and he was related to the case co-defendant of my buddy Jeff, who didn't commit the crime but was sent to prison for a 60 to 90 year sentence, and he was exonerated by the University of Michigan Innocence Project, and so was the guy who had the shampoo bottle stuck up his ass. So I got stories, I got content. I don't really need to be coming to the courthouses and fucking recording this shit. I could sit at home and I could put content together for months and weeks and a year of my personal experiences with the fucking corrupt government. But I don't have the time or the patience to do it right at the moment. I will get to that. But in the meantime, I will record this type of shit because I want you people to understand that this is not going to fly amongst we the people. You're not living in a free country. Most people in this country are suffering from authoritarian personality disorder. And if you don't know what it is, look it up. No, the government is fucking completely corrupt. You're fucking blind. You're completely oblivious to the reality, Zara. Completely oblivious to the reality that the government is completely corrupt. I guess the Epstein files weren't enough for you to understand that the fucking government's corrupt. I didn't need the Epstein files to know that the government's corrupt. I could give you dozen stories or more of how the government is corrupt. My personal experience. But hey, Zara, it's all good. So I'm out of here. Say my name. Say my name. Oh, would you like me to say your name? It's not really your name. It's a fake name. So, anywho, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I'm heading back to the crib. Take off my collar shirt and put on my street clothes. And yeah, I gotta upload the hearing. You guys want to watch the hearing that actually took place, and you'll hear the argument, if you want to call it an argument. You'll hear the bantering back and forth, and you'll see exactly what Ian is in for. Really not much there other than that he's being bound over. He didn't have the I wouldn't call it courage. He didn't have the moxie to stand up and get on that stand and testify on his own behalf. Probably a good thing that he didn't. Not that it would have changed anything, but I would suggest that he doesn't get on the stand and try to defend himself at the circuit court level either. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the circuit court on my way home and ask them for the media coverage for this upcoming arraignment, and then so it's gonna go arraignment. I don't need to petition the court for evidence. What are you even talking about? Petition the court for evidence? See, you don't. Where are you from? Australia? What are you talking about? Dr. Dave Bunker. The bunker. What's up, Dr. Dave? But yeah, I'm gonna swing by the circuit court, and I'm gonna get the media coverage request, and I'm gonna put that in so I can cover the upcoming arraignment, which is really not gonna be anything. They'll probably say we offered him a plea bargain and he turned it down, and then it'll go to the next step, which I think that there will be a window for pretrial motions, for discovery to be filed and whatnot. So there will be a few court dates. It's going to be a while before he actually goes to court. Or trial. I would say that it's probably going to be at least 6 months or more. And the pretrial, I would say there might be 3 court dates prior to his actual jury trial. So I think Dr. Dave does great fucking editing on his videos, and I know that I could do that too, if you put the time and effort and energy into it, but I don't care to do that. I do raw, uncut fucking videos. I share the truth. That's what I do. He's not even a doctor? Does he like Dr. Pepper? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I knew that he wasn't a doctor. But nonetheless, he's going to have a couple of court dates. He's going to get his arraignment. Then he'll have a couple of pretrial hearings where they'll toss some motions around. The lawyer, if he's any good, he'll try to get it dismissed by using the self-defense and the constitutional aspect of it. But I think the First Amendment aspect of it is kind of dead, because they're not denying the fact that he has the right to record as a First Amendment. I think that they are going to solely focus on the incident itself with him pepper spraying, and they're not even going to bring up the first. They're not going to argue. They're going to say, yeah, he's got the right to. Doesn't mean just because you got the right to a First Amendment activity that you can run around pepper spraying people. Those are 2 distinct separate issues, and they're not even going to address the First Amendment issue. So it's not even going to be an argument that could even have any validity to any attempt to get a dismissal. His lawyer's going to have to state a bunch of cases that are similar to this, where it was an unreasonable self-defense tactic, whether it was punching somebody in the face or pepper spraying or or whatever it is, or shooting somebody. But the key here that you guys need to understand is that it has to be a reasonable, and if you don't know what reasonable is, that was not reasonable. If now Zimmerman would have reached up and went to grab for him, and you know, and his name's not Zimmerman, but I'm going to refer to him as Zimmerman. If he was to have his fists clenched and he was saying, "I swear I'm going to get you," and he was angry and whatever, you know, just because he's focused and he's walking steadily to go and speak to the police officer that's in the vehicle down the street, doesn't mean that he's going to fucking, what are you talking about? Good luck on my lost case. Shut the fuck up. I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot. Zara, you're the idiot. You know it and I know it. So anyways, the fact of the matter is that it was unreasonable for him to do what he did. Just like it's unreasonable for Jason Gutterman at Amagansett Press to pepper spray that guy outside of the CVS who said, "I'm going to delete it." He never touched his fucking camera. He just reached his hands up. It's not reasonable. You don't have the duty to flee, but you still have to have a reasonable fucking, it has to be reasonable. Your actions have to be reasonable. And they were not reasonable. I don't care what you guys can say. Bet me some money. Bet me all the money in the world that you want to fucking put on it, that you think that I'm full of shit and that Ian is going to fucking walk on this. Bet me some money. Put your money where your mouth is at. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is at. What about you? Oh, Niquel channel. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah. And my emotions getting to me. Fucking retards, man. You're an idiot. Good luck on your lost case. My lost case? What lost case? I don't have a lost case. You just watched a Zimmerman cameraman definitely getting, well, of course he's getting charges. He's already been charged. He was just bound over from district court to circuit court where he's going to have to face a jury. So yeah, he's definitely getting charges. He'll be lucky if they don't increase the charges between now and then. They've already told him that they're going to fucking give him an assault charge. I'll be shocked if they don't raise the stakes on it. And at least give him the habitual offender status that they told him that they were going to give him. That was his words, not mine. He come out here when I was here the last time, and he said, they offered me a plea bargain, and I turned it down, and they said, if you don't take the plea bargain, then we're going to charge you with habitual. Well, they're not bullshitting. They're going to do that. They're going to fucking get him. You're not a medical doctor, but you have a PhD. If you have a PhD, then technically he's a doctor. If that's true. What's your level of, what do you have a PhD in, Dr. Dave? And don't tell me fucking beer consumption, because then I'll have to laugh at you. Do you have a legitimate fucking degree? Do you have a legitimate degree in some field that give you a PhD? Well, he's gonna be humbled. And I agree. I don't even know the guy. I met him one time. You know, I wouldn't say met him. He didn't even have the decency to fucking shake my hand. And Pam stood there and had her back turned to me like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. At least I'll give the fucking, what's his name, True North Transparency, the respect that he actually shook my hand. Okay, if you have a degree, an actual degree from a university or a collegiate accredited university, and you have a PhD, then hate to tell you, Brandon, he's a doctor. Is he a doctor of medicine? No. He's a doctor of economics. The word doctor isn't specifically designated for people in the medical field. It's a doctorate degree. You can get your doctorate degree in education. You can get it in, economics. You can get it in political science. You can get it in all kinds of things. I'm not just saying. I'm just saying. You can get it in religion. You can get it in theology. You know, okay, fart, what? Fart, the fartitors. I don't even know what that name says. Fart the fartitors. But anywho, if you want to share this video from the inside the courthouse, Dr. Dave, and you want to do a special viewing of it outside of your normal scheduled live streams, let me know. If you don't, that's fine too. It was fraud. The frauders of your daughter changed it. You must have a young kid, but it's all good. So yeah, I'm clearly I'm an idiot. Hopefully I lose my case, whatever, you know. Pretty sure that I don't lose. I'm not gonna lose. My lawyer knows what the fuck she's doing. My lawyer has respect. My lawyer came in here and the judge was fucking, oh, how you doing? You know, oh, well, you ready? Being very kind and polite to my attorney, because my attorney commands respect in the judicial system, with the prosecutors, with the fucking courts, you name it, law enforcement, you name it. My lawyer and her father command and receive the respect that they deserve. What are you saying, Brandon? I'm just saying, do you believe every YouTube channel you see that says Dr. Is? No. No. I don't know. It's just his name. It's his name, Dr. Dave. I call him by his name. I didn't remove doctor to call him Dave Beer Guy. So I don't give a shit if he's a doctor or he's not. I don't, you know, whatever. I don't care. Don't mean nothing to me. So, but like I said, my lawyer knows what the fuck she's doing. My lawyer is nothing like Ian's lawyer. When I heard Ian's lawyer talk, I was like, yikes. I'm like, ooh, I'm so glad that I don't have that guy. He stutters. He's like, he's unsure of himself. He's not confident. My lawyer stands there with her head fucking proudly and tucks her shirt down and says, let's get at it. Let's get it. That's what my lawyer does. You need a lawyer that tells you that they love you, like mine does. You haven't had alcohol in over 3 years? Well, good for you. Good for you. I had a few beers the other night. And I only drink every now and again. I don't smoke pot. I don't do pills. I don't do drugs at all. And I don't even like to drink. Every time I drink, I'm like, man, why did I even have that? It's fucking, No, Brandon's not 12. He's definitely not 12. He's a grown-ass man. So, 2 more minutes and I'm going to get out of here. I'll just make it an even hour. I'm sure Ian may be watching. If he's not watching, if he watches later. If Michigan Constitutional Crusader is watching, if he's not, or maybe he'll watch later. Or True North Transparency, Cam Pam. I'm telling you this right here, right now. I'm telling you, Ian. Ian, you're fucked, bro. I would suggest, but don't listen to me. I would suggest that you somehow, some way change course, and you hope that the victim has a change of heart and that you can convince him to not testify against you, and maybe go apologize to him and to his daughter and make it sincere. And somebody's just blasting over the fucking curbs, man. So many people can't drive. So, or don't. It don't matter to me whether you do or you don't. But if you want to get the best result for what you're facing, I would suggest that you apologize to him, not in a video. Well, I guess he's a victim. You can't contact him. So you would probably have to arrange a meeting with the prosecutor in person at the court hearing and sit down in private and say, look, man, I'm really sorry. I apologize, yada, yada, or your arrogance won't let you, whatever. But see if you can't mitigate your consequences that you're about to deal with. And hopefully the prosecutor's office will agree to reduce the charges to some minimal amount of punishment where you're not going to jail and or prison. All right, see you later, Dr. Dave, PhD. And so this is my suggestion to you. Try to figure it out before it gets out of control. And just suck it up, man. Take it as a lesson. Take it as, or don't, whatever. I'm just suggesting to you. You don't listen to me, of course, and I'm sure you're not going to, but after your stubborn behavior or your stubborn outlook and you're sitting in a jail cell for God knows how long, or even prison, then you'll say, I should have listened to that Bad Apple Media. I shouldn't have been such a fucking stubborn motherfucker and not listened to that guy. Because I've been to prison. It's not fun. Later, Brandon. And maybe it's gotten fun since I went. I don't know. I wouldn't think that it's a cool place to be any more now than it was then. So, but don't take my advice. Don't listen to me. You do whatever you want to do. And rest assured, I will be following your case and I will be sharing it as a public interest piece, a series, and I will make sure that society understands that there are consequences when you unreasonable in your claims of self-defense. And I hope that Amagansett Press goes through this, and I hope that Liberty Troll goes through this, and the rest of you guys that do what you do. There was Protect Your Freedoms, or maybe, what was his name? What was his name? I wrote it down. What was his name? Let me see. The Rights Watcher. That guy, the Rights Watcher, he pepper sprayed a guy outside of a farm market, and I would say that was technically self-defense, and he probably wouldn't be prosecuted. But unreasonable actions are definitely prosecutable. Don't listen to me. Clearly they're prosecutable. If the prosecutor didn't think that he could win the case, they'd have never charged him with anything. Don't forget that. So the next time you want to watch Bad Apple Media, yeah, freedom of the press is another trigger happy. Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of them. There's dozens and dozens of them out here doing this shit. And guess what's going to happen? Ian is going to set the precedent for the rest of them. So, until the next time Bad Apple Media gets on here and pisses you guys off with the truth, catch you on the flip side. What are you saying? Thanks for following us. Anything that gets posted on WTTW Media is going to be jump cut in his favor. Yeah, well, of course. It's not going to say, I'm fucked. I'm telling you right now, what I witnessed, already on top of what I already assumed and presumed the situation to be, it's even much more gloomier than I thought it would be, because his lawyer isn't very good. So I'm out. Peace out.